Hey guys, this is Dark Fate here. This is gonna be a movie review. I saw James Bond: Quantum of Solace, around 4 or 5-ish. So that's what this movie review is. Um, James Bond, great series, very espionage, kind of spies, stuff like that. Which this movie doesn't follow at all. So I don't even see why it's called James Bond. So let's get into this review. James Bond: Quantum of Solace starts out like the opening scene is in the middle of a chase scene. It's not even like going up to a chase scene. It's right in the middle of a chase scene. Bond is being chased with these guys, and it's completely ridiculous. I mean, guys are getting blown off of hilltops and getting smashed into trucks, and I mean, it was just something you'd see like in a Bourne movie, except executed horribly. And he finally gets into like this shelter place and opens the hood, and there's like this dude there's this beat up dude in it. So then he brings him in, and that old lady, I don't know, his like a superior, I forgot her name, is like, yeah, we need to find out who this organization is, and blah 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 blah. And the guy that was captured is like, oh, you guys don't know that like everybody's working for us, or something stupid like that. And then one of the guys like shoots, and then one of the guys that's supposed to be a secret agent like Bond shoots the other guards and shoots his superior lady, but somehow she's unfazed by getting shot, because in the next scene after Bond, well, I'll get to that in a second. So Bond is chasing after this guy. They get into this big fight, which is completely ridiculous. They are falling. Bond's jumping off rooftops. He's getting smashed into walls, wall jumping, smashing his face into the ground when he fell after a jump. And then they finally like break through glass, fall down like 30 feet into like these rafters, and they fight on that. Then Bond falls off the rafter, and his ankle gets caught on the rope, and he almost basically smashes his face into the ground. But the rope stops, of course, right before he hits the ground, which would have broken his ankle. I know. I mean, it was just. I mean, I know that in Bond movies that's not as much realistic as it is, but since this is a more realistic kind of Bond film, I just thought it was kind of stupid that they did stuff like that. And that's kind of like the opening scene. A lot of the things in this, I have some complaints about it. A lot of the things in this movie are not explained at all. Like the guy that was captured in the beginning, you see him once in another scene, and they never explain who he is, like why they captured him, or anything like that. This is a direct sequel from Casino Royale, so there's a lot of references to. I think Eva Green played the Bond babe in Casino Royale. And yeah, there's a lot of references to her because James Bond is out for revenge against the organization that killed her. Well, led to her death. And the whole plot of the movie is there's a rich investor kind of guy, and he's trying to take over, I think, Bolivia, or was it Haiti? I mean, it was kind of flip-flopping between those two, so it was kind of hard to keep up. And he's basically trying to drill into these cavern kind of things in this desert, and the cover-up is that he's looking for oil, but he's really getting the water supply. He's really taking care of the water supply so that people won't have any water, and they'd have to pay more to the government, which would go to him eventually for the water. And I mean, it was just kind of a really stupid plot. I mean, I don't know why they thought of it. It was very, it was just very stupid, I thought. Another complaint I have about this movie: Bond doesn't have any gadgets in this movie. Not one. I'm not exaggerating at all. His car in the beginning doesn't have any like machine gun or like missile shooter or like gasoline spurter. I mean, whatever you want to say, it's not in there. And the car gets basically destroyed in the first scene. You never see it again. He doesn't have any like laser watch or like microphone pen or anything like that. Nothing like that is in it. It's just him, guns, and fists. I mean, I don't see how this is a spy movie at all, because really, he kills everybody he meets, basically, either with a shootout or a fist fight, and there's really no spy tactic in it at all. He basically goes guns blazing right in Rambo style, throughout every single encounter. So I mean, I don't see how that is a Bond movie. The main the Bond babe in this one, I don't know what her name is. I think she was in Max Payne as well. He doesn't have sex with her, so I thought that was kind of weird since he does have like sex with like every single like main babe in all the Bond movies. But besides that, she was a pretty cool character. She actually wasn't helpless and she fights. So I mean, I thought that was kind of cool for once. That it wasn't just like, well, I mean, in some other Bond movies, the woman protagonist does have some fighting ability, but this one she played a key role. I thought that was kind of cool. A lot of the scripting, it just seemed like that. Well, not the scripting, but the acting. It just seemed like it was so bland. Like they were just reading straight off the script, like no emotion or anything. There was one part where Bond and a CIA agent were in a bar and they were talking to each other, and it felt as if the CIA agent was reading right directly off the script, like it was right in front of him, and Bond was right there. I mean, there was no emotion. It was very static. I mean, I don't. I mean, it was just really bad. I thought. Yeah. I mean, that's really the basic thing of this movie. It's a huge action movie. I mean, there's pretty much action in every single scene, which doesn't make sense to me again since it's a Bond movie. Um, the villain was not inspired at all. I mean, it was very stupid. Um, things like that. That's basically it. If you want to see a pretty good action movie, I mean, if you don't really care about the story, they do have some okay action scenes in it. But if you're looking for a true Bond experience, this is not the movie for you. And it's really, it doesn't stay true to the Bond name at all. And I don't see how it's even called a Bond movie. I'll give this movie a 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't really enjoy it very much, but I mean, it had some pretty good action scenes. Also, just on a side note, I thought this was kind of weird. They're actually thinking of making, in the future, I mean, maybe not in the next one, but eventually, maybe they're thinking of making James Bond a black African American man, which I thought that was kind of weird since James Bond has always been a British white male. So, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird. So, yeah, I'll give this movie a 3 out of 5. Check it out if you want a good action movie. You'll probably be disappointed if you're in for a Bond experience.